70s.
Registration again, SR07NER. Would you please move it? Thank you.
That's fine. Actually, put it underneath that green thing and then put your mic underneath. That's right.
Big happy birthday today to Finn the Goodwin.
John, you can see if we're okay. Just have a shout down to Numbnuts in there.
Favourite Poppers player, Claudio Afosu.
Good afternoon and welcome to Latimer Park for this Vanarama National League North game. Kettering Town, the Poppies, against Chester, the Seals, or the Blues. Decide on what you want to call them, but it is league action here in a beautiful sunny afternoon. The sublime and ridiculous weather-wise, it like Arctic conditions on Tuesday. But today here at Latimer Park, it's lovely and sunny. A good summer's afternoon. With me for a while, it will be Rhys Davis, who unfortunately is injured at the moment. Afternoon, Rhys.
Afternoon, mate. How you doing?
I'm fine. You're not, I hear.
No, it's just a few injuries and stuff. Just fingers and quad. So, yeah, just out for today. Hopefully, maybe back for the FA Cup, but we'll have to see.
Okay, we're getting some analysis from Rhys during the game. Hopefully Ed Palmer will be up on commentary alongside me as well, but welcome to Rhys up here. We've got both teams out on the pitch warming up at the moment. We're around 10 minutes or so before kick-off. I'll go to the Kettering Town side for you. Kettering Town up like this. In goal is Jackson Smith. Number 2, Connor Barrett. 3, Alex Brown. 4, Luke Ward. 5, Connor Johnson. 6, Chris Smith. 7, Callum Powell. 16, Claudio Afusu. 24, Kyle Perry. 10, and captain Gary Storer, a welcome return to the team. And 11, Harrison Neal. Your Poppies substitutes this afternoon are number 8, Jordan Crawford. 9, Isaac Stones. 12, DeCarry Sheriff. 14, Lamine Sheriff. And 15, Rhys Sharp. So just one change really, which is Storer has come in for Lamine Sheriff on the side that finished the game against Leamington on Tuesday night. Chester, the Blues, they've called themselves on the team sheet line. Like this, in goal is Lewis Gray. 2, Kelvin Roberts. 3, Simon Grand. 4, Declan Weeks. 6, Dan Cowan. 8, and captain George Glendon. 10, Anthony Dudley. 16, Paddy Lacey. 18, Matty Williams. 23, Jonathan Agnew. And 26 is Jack Redshaw. Their subs are 5, Danny Livesey. 7, James Hardy. 9, the leading goalscorer George Waring. 12, Luke Clark. And 17, George Obayo. And of course, Chester, on the back of that Tuesday night thrashing by Marske United in the FA Cup, will be looking to bounce back this afternoon against Kettering. Their last outing in the league, though, was a fantastic 5-1 win at home at the Diva Stadium against Blythe Spartans, so they're a bit topsy-turvy at the moment, and they'll be wanting to try and put one over Kettering Town this afternoon. It's only the second meeting between the two clubs. The first one came in 2019, a 1-1 draw here at Latimer Park. Every other game has been cancelled due to COVID-19, so it's going to be an interesting afternoon indeed. Don't forget, next Saturday, of course, we'll be playing Buxton in the FA Cup. I'm surprised we're still in it, to be honest, leading to some of the things that have come out in the press recently. But we've got Buxton down here in the 4th qualifying round. That should be a humdinger of a game with 3 ex-Poppies in the Buxton side. Must be disappointing, though, Rhys, to actually play in the FA Cup and get injured in it, so that you might not be in it next week.
Yeah, well, it's my first ever time playing in the FA Cup properly, and obviously I've played like FA Youth Cup and stuff as a kid, but it's my first proper FA Cup, and I feel like I'm doing well. I've made a few decent saves and stuff, and like helped the team out. But yeah, injuries are never nice. I mean, I've had my fair few and stuff, and I've been out for a while with a few injuries. But it's never nice to get one. You always, when you sat on the sideline and like me stood up here now, like watching them play, you just want to be out there, and I just want to be in the goal, making saves and helping the team out. But I'll do my best from here.
You seem to have a good relationship with Jackson, of course, your understudy or vying for number 1 position. They seem to get on well together and complement each other, actually.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have a goalkeeper who's actually quite similar. We're similar age. Obviously, some National League teams, you've got like a 30-year-old in goal and then like a 17, 18-year-old number 2. But we're similar age. Both come from Premier League clubs. Both had similar training. Both know similar people. And we always call it a GK union, where the goalkeepers, they never because we're so unique and weird in a way, because you've got to be mental to be a goalkeeper. And we just call it GK Union. Goalkeepers always stick together because we train together, we play together. There's only one shirt you can get, and there's no point messing around. And because if, let's say, Jackson starts and I mess up his warm-up, it's going to mess up his game, and the same the other way around. So you always have to be professional. And if you're on the bench, you help out the starting goalkeeper, and if you're starting, you're thankful for the sub-goalkeeper to give you a decent warm-up.
You've seen the teams this afternoon here. There's just one change in it, really. Gary Store's come back as captain instead of Lamine Sheriff. Is that a surprise, or is that just a tactical issue with the manager, do you think?
Gaz is one hell of a player. He will fight for everything, and he'll put his body on the line. And to be honest, when I first came for my first training session, I thought Gaz was a bit of a lunatic, but he's a really really nice guy. But as soon as you step on the pitch, he will go through you like there's no tomorrow, and he will put his body on the line like there's no tomorrow. And he's so eager to win, and his competitiveness is amazing. But obviously Lamin's come in, he's had 2 man of the matches, and he's done exceptionally well. But I'm not sure if he's had a niggle or anything, or if it's just tactical. But we'll see what Gaz is like today.
We've spoken to a few players on interview after games. It seems that there's a good atmosphere within the squad and within the team in the dressing room. Do you get that impression?
Yeah, the atmosphere in the change room's unreal. I've never had it like this at any club, and I've been to a few. But everyone's so welcoming. I mean, some of us, we've only known each other for about 2 months, and we've been out on nights out, and we do all these things together, and it's so welcoming. The bonding is so good that you just can't beat it. And like the gaffer said as well, the atmosphere in the change rooms is amazing. Everyone knows the atmosphere is amazing, and yeah, everyone says we're a young team, but we are still experienced in our own way. I mean, obviously a few of us coming from Premier League clubs, Championship clubs, and a few from like National League. But everyone has their own stories, and everyone just bonds together well with it. And it's amazing, the atmosphere in the change room. There's nothing quite like it.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm sure if you are listening in, and if you are, welcome to Poppy's TV Audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, your local brewery. Of course, you can get plenty of the ales in the social club. There's a good crowd in here today. No doubt they will have sampled some fascinating ales which are brewed by our sponsors, Elgood's Brewery. Do you drink Elgood's?
No, I don't drink beer properly. I'm more of a spirits guy.
Well, there we go. So, good point there. Let's see what happens this afternoon. There's nobody out at the moment. It is building up to be a cracking game. Kettering, of course, wanting to continue their fine form in the league. Last time here we played Spenamore, of course, and lost that game 2-1 in a game really that I suppose the scoreline was correct in the end, and Spenamore put in a good performance. Chester, a bit of a, as I said before, Jekyll and Hyde side, and they are in 14th place on 8 points, 3 behind the Poppies. And of course they'll be one smarting after that defeat in the FA Cup, a 4-0 thrashing at home to the lower league side Marske United. Do you think that will bear any relevance on today's game?
No, anything can happen when you come to when you play in these leagues and stuff. I mean, we've played teams who are lower than us and struggled sometimes, and then we've also played Fylde, who are top of the league, and drew 1-1 with them. So it all just depends on what happens on the day. Obviously you give everything in the game and stuff, but no, it doesn't really matter who you're playing, but you just see what happens at the end of it, to be honest. Just give everything and see what happens.
Well, the tunnel is drawn out, waiting for the teams to come out on this Saturday afternoon, 9th of October. Who'd have thought that October would be my shirt sleeves on the gantry? Normally it's parka coat on, gloves and snood, but this afternoon it's into the short sleeves. I did think about the shorts again, but they've gone away for the summer these days, and the sight of my knees might have put a few off, I think, but we shall see on that one. So we're about to get the teams to come out. As I say, there's just see Kettering coming into the tunnel. They'll be playing in a usual all-red strip, of course, at home, and Chester will be playing in blue and black. Normally it's blue and black stripes. We shall see strikes. We'll see if that is the case in a moment. Still people queuing to get into the ground, which is good to see. Looks like quite a healthy attendance, and why not after that superb FA Cup victory on Tuesday night against one of our bogey teams, Leamington, and we put that monkey to bed, and we're about to get the teams on the pitch. Let's have a look here. Good smattering of Chester fans who've made it as well. I shan't read the banner that's been put over there by
you might have to blur that.
Might have to blur that when we. Well, it's not actually written out, but it's embrace the somethingness, and obviously they're having a few problems there at Chester, but they brought a few fans over to see the game this afternoon, and well done to them for that. And getting a bit of stick from down below, it looks like here, Reese.
Yeah, just a bit. I think they wish they were up here.
Some of the Kettering team substitutes waiting underneath the gantry here as the teams come out, and they're in the tunnel. A lot of encouragement, and here we go. The teams are coming out. We're just moving the camera over. There we are, teams coming out on the pitch in front of us, and Glendon's running off to the right-hand side. No lineup in front of us this afternoon. It's straight on to both sides. Kettering have gone down to the Morrison's end, where their fans are at the moment. No doubt they'll change around if the toss changes, of course. And can Callum Powell continue his rich fame of scoring? Also, Afusu has put some superb performances in over the last few games. Can he light this team, and can we put one over Chester, who are indeed playing in blue and white stripes, black shorts and blue socks? Goalkeeper in a neon green type colour, doing some jumps up in the 6-yard box. So we'll keep an eye on Lewis Gray, who's been was beaten 4 times on Tuesday night. He's behind the or in front, should I say, of the Chester fans who are in the tin hat at the moment. Gary Storer is captain this afternoon. Normally it's been Lamine Sheriff, but Storer comes back in after injury, and it's good to see Gary Storer back. We've got Reece Sharp. He's on the substitutes bench. He's also coming back from injury. So we've got strength in depth, which is very good to have in a squad like this, Reece.
Yeah, you've always got to kind of... I know it's horrible to think, but you've also got to think about what players you have on the bench and stuff. Because obviously, during league games, you don't normally have a goalkeeper on the bench. And obviously, with what happened on Tuesday night with me having to come off, it's important to have that. And obviously, FA Cup, you can have more subs now. So it was good to have Jackson on the bench, and obviously Sharpie on the bench, just coming back from injury. He's looking sharp at the moment in training, but Brownie's in form at the moment. Alex Brown, that is, and he's doing really well. He's come in, played FA Cup, he's doing really well.
Well, it looks like the Kettering are going to kick off. They haven't changed ends yet. They'll be kicking towards the tin hat end. Indeed we are. We're going to do the knee before we start. Ed Palmer's joined us up here. I think will he be taking the knee? I'm not sure. He probably says if you want. Trousers down now, they're ripped apparently, but oh right. Well, there's one down on his knee, and they all go down now on their knee. Getting a round of applause from which looks like quite a healthy crowd here at Latimer Park. Interesting to see what the attendance is later in the game. Well, we're about to start off here. Referee this afternoon is Richard Holmes. He gets us underway, and Callum Powell plays the ball. No, it's a false start. Referee's obviously got his watches wrong, and it's a false start, so we do all that again. Well, referees can't get it right, can they? One job, and that's not in the... And now it's back to Luke Ward. Ward fires the ball wide here for Connor Barrett. It goes out of play for the first throw-in of the afternoon, which Chester will take right in front of our gantry. Pinching a few yards there, but that is common knowledge today as Askew gets the ball out. Fuso intercepts, gets the ball to Storer. Storer takes a touch, then another touch, plays it long to Perry. Heads it over to Afusu, traps it, does well, does Afusu. He's just gone by the centre circle. Now he's running through, might try a shot here, Afusu. Powell falls down, gets it out wide to Brown, who is offside, and then it's hoofed out of play by the Chester Bay. Didn't need to do that, but it is offside, so 0-0 here, obviously. And first movement into the Chester, the Seals or the Blues half. Flag is still raised, trying to find the ball. Fans are moving around. All the Kettering fans going into the tin hat. And the Chester fans move in the opposite direction into the Morrison's end. Lewis Gray then for the Chester. Into Ward's. There is Chris Smith. He finds Neil. Fusu can't get there. Declan Weeks does, plays it out wide, hoping that Roberts will get to it. He won't. And that's fielded out of play by Connor Johnson, throwing to Kettering on the far side. Early games seem to be like a chess game, I think, in recent weeks.
Yeah, it's a lot of people have been playing long ball against us, obviously because of the pitch and stuff. It's not the best pitch, but it's not the worst pitch in the world either. It's going to be a bit dry today, so it will be more long ball.
Well, Chester forced the first corner of the afternoon on the far side, opposite to where we are. The first action maybe for Jackson Smith, who's in place of Reese, who's up here with us this afternoon. It's going to be Declan Weeks to take this, as I say, on the far side. There's plenty of movement and a melee in that penalty area. As I say, Chester will be wanting to put that disappointment of midweek behind them. In it comes by Weeks. There's Perry, heads it out, and it finds Roberts, who puts it straight back to Jackson Smith, who catches and delivers the ball straight away towards Callum Powell. He'll do well to keep this in play. He has got there, he has done well, but a combination of two Chester players, especially Glendon, the captain, interferes with it. Glendon still has the ball, and Chester somehow get the ball away. Good pressure there by Powell. He's found Dudley back to Williams, intercepted by Storer, and Chester get the ball away. It's a bit scrappy over there at the moment. Alex Brown wades in, cleared by Dan Cowan, and that goes out of play for a throw into Kettering on the halfway line. Paul Cox throws the ball back, and it is going to be the number 5 to take this, which is going to be Connor Johnson with it. Indeed it's not, it's Alex Brown. He finds Storer back to Brown on the byline, takes a low one in, cleared by Lacey, but only towards Harrison Neal. Neal plays it out wide for the overlapping Barrett. Barrett might get a chance to get this one over. He traps it on the byline. Barrett's got Neal with him. Plays it to Neal. Neal takes one. It's a looping ball in that penalty. There's Perry being manhandled there. Afusu tries one in, and it harmlessly goes to Lewis Gray as Perry was being a little manhandled there. And the fans begin to find their voice. So Lewis Gray then with the kick gets us back underway, finds Connor Johnson, taps it back, trying to find Afusu. He won't get there. It's pumped back by Simon Grand, trying to find Redshaw. Redshaw has got the ball outside the penalty area on the far side. Connor Johnson trying to bat him down, but it's still Redshaw with it. He's got no help at the moment. Here comes Weeks, but Redshaw does well, plays it off to Lacey. Back to Weeks, puts the ball in, back post there, and that goes way over the bar. Jackson Smith just signals that's gone high and wide, and it's still 0-0. Early impression?
It's been kind of 50-50, to be honest. We've had our chances, they've had theirs. No one's really taken them. Obviously, Pez had a good chance just then. Bit of a bobbly cross in from Harrison, but he can't do anything with that. It's just the pitch.
Jackson Smith then with the ball on the 6-yard box, fires it out here towards Perry. Perry flicks the ball on. Can Afusu get there? He can't. Barrett does, and it's been headed out by Chester. It's found Glendon. He's trying to find Redshaw. Chris Smith wins the ball. Flicked on by Storer. It's headed back to Storer. Storer might try a long ranger here. Plays it out wide to Powell. Powell in the penalty area, and he has a little trip there. And it's cleared by Chester. Early signs of Powell's ability up front, and we know what he can do with his drives into that penalty area. Fuso on the far side, being pressurised by Weeks, does well, gets it towards Storer in the centre. Storer takes a touch, and another still with him, intercepted though by Lacey, and eventually Chester get the ball to Redshaw on the halfway line. It's put out wide, but there's nobody there, and that should go out harmlessly for a throw-in marshalled by Luke Ward. Luke Ward leaves the ball for Connor Johnson, who gives the ball to Barrett. A couple of yards advancement there. Referee dropped his teeth. He's now going over to John Ramshaw. giving John Ramshaw his teeth. And, I'm not sure what he gave John Ramshaw, but he's given him something that fell onto the pitch. It wasn't his teeth, really. I'm sure you were aware of that. But Neil has the ball, gets it back to Brown, who's extended a bit, has to play the ball back to Jackson Smith. Redshaw trying to bear down on him. Smith plays it out wide here for Barrett. Barrett does well. It hits him on the back, though. Does well. He's being fouled all the way by Askew. Does well, but can't find Powell. Matty Williams puts the ball out, and a throw-in. Throw being taken by Barrett to Owusu. Owusu down that wing doing well. It's come off. I thought it came off Barrett, actually. It didn't. It came off Lacey. It'll be a throw-in. Of course, no Connor Kennedy to take these long throw-ins, so Alex Brown will have to make do. Has quite a depth with the throw.
Yeah, you'll be quite surprised with how far Brownie can actually throw it. We just used to go for the short ones until I noticed one day in training that he could actually throw quite far. So we just brought it in.
Well, he's gearing up to take this throw, and it comes in now long towards Perry. Flicked on by Ward. Can anyone get there? Declan Weeks can. Owusu's out the penalty area. Has to go out wide. Being chased down by Lacey. Still Owusu with it. Puts the ball in. There's a chance here. Back post. Ow! On the line. A save there by Gray. Unfortunately, Brown couldn't stab that one in. The first real chance of the game, Reese.
Yeah, brilliant ball in from Claudio. He's doing so well at the moment with his crosses, and Brownie's just unlucky. I think the bounce has killed him in vain. I think it's just bounced off his thigh.
A little bit more fortune there, and the Poppers would have been ahead there. Goalkeeper clawing it on the line and saving his blushes. Still 0-0 here with around 9 minutes of this first half gone. You're listening to Poppers TV audio with myself, Paul Cook, and we've got Rhys Davis with us for the time being. And of course, we are sponsored by Eldwood's Brewery. The ball has been put out, and that will be a throw-in to Chester on the far side. Lovely afternoon here at Latimer Park. Not often we say that. And most of the team here in summer wear, as opposed to Tuesday night, which was winter wear. So you never know what you're going to get here in Northamptonshire. But the ball is with Redshaw. He plays it out wide. It is with Weeks. Pumps it forward towards Dudley. Dudley does get there. He's down by the corner flag on the far side. In comes Roberts. He's not used him. He finds Weeks. Flick back. Might be a shot here. Here comes Cowan. Plays it out though, and is a poor ball. Respite there for Kettering as Williams plays it square to Lacey. He plays it out wide once again. Brown in front of him. Chester still with the ball. Weeks being pushed back by Storer, literally almost, and the referee saw that and has given a foul just inside the Kettering half. Chester finding their players quite well at the moment. That free kick isn't being taken from the right place, so it is now. And they've pinched a few inches there. They are inches this time instead of yards. But there we are. Free kick then, just inside Kettering's half. 0-0 here at Latimer Park. Kettering Town against Chester in this Vanarama National League North game. Both teams are involved in the FA Cup in midweek. And free kick comes in low and cleared by Harrison Neal. There's a handball there, nothing given. And Chester get the ball back. Smith underneath it, does well. There's Storer, but it's won by Weeks. Plays it out wide to Askew. Askew down by the corner flag on this left-hand side. Gets the ball in, it comes off for Smith. And that will be a corner by the turnstiles at Latimer Park here. That's the second corner we've had for Chester, one on either side. And a little bit more pressure for the Kettering defence. Perry going back in to help out. Only Powell is left up front with his blistering pace that he has. And corner not yet been taken. Most of the Chester fans are behind the goal on our right hand side. It comes in towards that back post. There is Perry, who heads it out towards Owusu. Owusu gets it in the penalty area, plays it out wide. Long ball comes in towards Powell and Barrett, but a foot by Roberts. It's a throw into Kettering just in front of Paul Cox, who has the ball. Gives it to Brown. Brown looks around, not a lot on for him at the moment. Still Brown with it. Neil's moving, but nobody else is. Still has the ball. It comes in towards Perry. It misses Perry completely. It's chipped into the air. There is Storer. Heads it back towards Powell. Powell traps it. Does well. Gets the ball back. Finds Harrison Neil. He plays it out wide here for Chris Smith. Bit of movement here for Smith. He's in Kettering's half, but if he goes forward, he does go forward towards Powell, but he won't win that. Williams is there. He's going to let this out. Can Powell get there? He can. And plays it out. Will Perry keep this in? I don't think he will. Yes, he has. He's done well there, Perry. Right by the corner flag on the far side. Being challenged by Roberts. Perry still on the line here. Gets the ball over. Being fouled. Nothing given. And unlucky there. Should have been something else given there, I think.
Yeah, it's brilliant skill from Perez. I've never seen him do that before. He's the players try pushing him, but you're never going to be able to push past Kyle. It's too much body in the way.
Well, in all that action, the ball has been played into the Kettering half. It's gone out harmlessly for a goal kick. But yeah, Perry down there, silky skills from the big man.
Yeah, he should have had someone in the box to maybe slot it in, but brilliant from Pezza.
Yep, certainly found his goal-scoring form. 3 goals in 2 games, and certainly is a handful when on form, and he certainly enjoyed himself at the moment with Kettering Town as Jackson Smith gets us underway towards Perry, who leaves the ball cleared by Weeks, only towards Ward, who pumps it back forward. There's the number 3 underneath it with Afusu and Powell there, headed out, cleared by Askew. But there's a chance here. There's a bit of a melee here. Can Barrett get there? He can't. And in the end, Williams has to toe poke it out for a throw in. A bit of confusion in the Chester half there. And referee is stopping the game. There's a bit of...
I'm not sure what's happened there.
Not sure what's happened, no. Afusi has been spoken to by the referee. Looks like Kettering is still going to get the throw in, but there's Afusu, and I can't see who the Chester player is at the moment, being spoken to by the referee. Looked quite harmless though, Reece, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit of a scuffle in the middle, and then it's gone up for a throw, and I'm not sure he's whistled up.
Well, it's going to be a long throw-in by Brown when play gets underway, but the referee's still having a talk. He's either asking them what they're going to have to eat tonight, or it was number 16, Paddy Lacey, was involved with the Fusu, but it's going to be a throw-in to be taken at last for the Poppies. Crowded there in that area. Comes in, flicked back post, headed out by Neil. In comes Storer, might try on a long ranger. It bounces wrong for him. Plays it out wide to Connor Kennedy. He's remained up. He's got Williams with him. He plays it outside to Powell. Powell by the corner flag. And that will be a Chester ball. Unfortunately came off Powell. Powell can't believe it, but unfortunately it was a throw-in. The linesman did his job, and Chester get away with a throw-in in their own half on this right-hand side by the corner flag. So it is a 0-0, 16 minutes of this first half gone. And only Chester's second visit to Latimer Park. Kettering yet haven't been to Chester due to the COVID, so we haven't seen him much of each other. And in fact, Kettering's games against their other incarnation, Chester City, were very few and far between, as Redshaw gets over the halfway line. Has to come back into his own half though. Plays it out wide. Good ball to Cowan. Cowan with a bit of space in the centre part, going out on the right hand side. Still Cowan with it, being challenged by Afusu. Cowan's got Lacey with him, uses Lacey on the halfway line, plays it forward to Weeks. Weeks challenged by Storer, gets the ball out though and puts it out for a throw in. A bit unfortunate there. Good work from Storer.
The pressure from Kettering right now is amazing. Claudio's just run the width of the pitch as fast as he can just to get over there, and then Gaz is pressuring him as well. The pressure's spot on, and I think we could pounce on this today.
Throw-in being taken quickly by Brown, and it's back with Jackson Smith. Takes a touch. Redshaw trying to break him down, but it doesn't get there. It's kicked out by Jackson Smith. And Ward, the sloppy header. Kicked away by Johnson towards Powell. Beaten to it by Grand. And well done by Kennedy, and the referee has given a foul. I find that quite harsh. Head injury as Weeks goes down holding his head. And play will be stopped. It will be a free kick to Chester. Thought that was quite harsh personally, but then I am biased, of course.
I think he's going to give a drop ball. He's just stopped it for the head injury, but it was a great header from Connor, to be fair to him. He's gone straight through him.
He was. He soon got up as well, didn't he? The number 4. So
didn't seem to be too hurt.
No, thankfully nothing happened there. No physiotherapist or on the sports therapist, should I say, on the pitch. It will be a drop ball. Luke Ward hoofs the ball forward towards Perry. He won't get there. Grand does. Plays it out wide. It's a good header actually. Found Dudley, but a ricochet off Barrett goes for a throw, which Askew will take on this near side. Still Askew with it in front of the Keevil Terrace, which has been a point of concern in recent weeks with a few fans. Heads it to Redshaw, and the feet were up there on that one. The referee didn't see that from Lacey. That was a bit naughty, really. And Smith waits for the ball to come to him under pressure from Redshaw, who went in like a bull out of a china shop. Not sure on that foot up down here. That was a bit... it
was a bit of a nasty one, but
it was.
Didn't make any contact, so ref could give it either way, to be honest.
Smith bringing the ball out of the area. He's halfway in Kettering's half on this left-hand side. Plays it towards Perry, who's the target man. That being manhandled all the way. Perry there. Nothing given by the referee. Almost took Perry's shirt off, but nothing given. Headed on by Harrison Neal. Head tennis at the moment. Barrett can't get there. Harrison Neal can. Headed again. 30-40 as it comes back to Luke Ward. He puts it low, but intercepted by Glendon. Plays it out wide to Redshaw. Redshaw has to come back, though. Still Redshaw with it. Still Redshaw doing well. He's played Barrett well. Gets the ball out to Glendon on this byline, on this left-hand side. He's got Ward who intercepts before the ball got to Askew. And it's a throw-in to the Seals, I will call them for a few moments, on this left-hand side. It's quite a high-tempo game at the moment. Of course, both sides wanting to improve their league position. Chester trying to get over that 4-0 thrashing and get their thoughts back on getting up the league. Kettering want to improve their position and have another grandstand game ready for next week as Askew is down this week, puts the ball in towards the back post there, but Roberts can't get there, goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. Still 0-0 here with 20 minutes gone at Latimer Park. Jackson Smith trotting over to get the ball. Since COVID, of course, we've had no ball boys or any helpers to collect balls around the park, so unfortunately players have to retrieve it themselves, which I'm sure they're delighted at doing. And
I think we should get some youngsters down here working the ball boys. That's what we used to do as a kid.
Well, I think, that used to happen here all the time, to be honest, Reese, but since the COVID epidemic, of course, or pandemic, should I say, it has ceased to be. But,
I used to have to clean boots as well.
In good old days, as the ball is headed out by Williams. Throw in on the half-the-way line to Kettering. Was that at Leicester, was that?
No, it was when I was at Newport County. We used to have to train and then walk down to the first team training ground, pick up the boots and clean them.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Throw been taken by Chris Smith. Williams gets there again. Hits Perry in the face. Perry goes down holding his head. And wouldn't get Perry doing that. He doesn't look... too happy. Hit the side of his head. He's holding the side of his head. Had a word with the referee. I think it was accidental, to be fair. But I'm sure Pez will have a few words to say to the Chester players and linesmen. Indeed, he is.
Yeah, you don't want to get Pez angry, and he never goes down for anything little as well. So if he's down, he's down.
Well, he heads the ball again. Powell's going to get there from the flicked header. Powell down by the corner flag. He's got three round him. Still Powell with it. What can he do? Does well, actually. Goes out for a goal kick, though. He unfortunately got three round him. He got tangled in his feet, and the Chester players did what they needed to do. Lewis Gray then goes over to the far side of the 6-yard box to take this goal kick. Lewis Gray then getting some encouragement behind that goal with a tin hat, and away it goes into Kettering's half. Well won by Connor Johnson. It goes out for a throw. It goes into the box. Malk Lua traps it and plays the ball out to the throw-in taker. And he leaves it. Change of thrower again. It's going to be Cowan with the throw in front of Paul Cox. Pinches a few yards, as they all seem to do. Gets the ball long. Storer clears it over his head, but it goes straight to Lacey, who pumps it back in. Headed out by Connor Johnson. There's Storr again, gets it out wide to Brown. He plays it long, but Williams mops up. Gives it to Harrison Neal though. Neal plays it out wide here for Powell. Powell now with a chance if he can get in front of. He does his get through. Powell's on the outside penalty. Nobody with him though. Needs to get in that penalty area and get the ball over. Chester players are now back. Powell comes down. He's got Barrett with him, and Chester get the ball out for a throw-in. Just for one moment, I thought the ball was going to run in Powell's favour, but it didn't. It went a bit wider than he wanted. There was nobody in the area, so he did well, and Brown will come over and put a long ball in. Reese.
Yeah, it was a great play to be fair. It was just unfortunate there was no one in the box for him to whip it into there. There's a bit of a scuffle going on with Pezza right now. I think they're trying to get into his head. You got the goalkeeper and the centre-back both kicking him.
And the referee is going over now to sort this out. Perry is pleading his innocence, but certainly something going on there. There are fans behind the goal saying they're pushing Perry. No doubt there'll be a foul on the goalkeeper when it comes in, that usually is. Perry, though, doing what he's supposed to do, cause a nuisance. In it comes towards Chester, though. They get it out. In comes Storer, puts the ball back in towards that back post. Goalkeeper comes out. There's Luke Ward. Goalkeeper drops it and gets it on the second attempt as Ward goes into him. And now Ward is down and signals the sports therapist straight away. Perry having a word with the referee. Ward is down. Let's hope there's nothing too nasty about this.
Looks like he's holding his ankle. I think he just landed awkwardly on it when he went in with the goalkeeper.
He looks like he's in a bit of pain. He's grimacing and holding his head. Normally, if you're faking it, you're up straight away. But Ward isn't. The referee is with Williams at the moment. Rachel working on young Ward. Powell taking a drink while he can. Perry giving sixpenneth. Referee having a word with Williams. Goalkeeper clutching the ball. So Pezza still having a word with the referee. Kettering substitutes warming up on the far side.
Yeah, just before that throw-in was taken, the goalkeeper's kicked Pez in the back of the leg, and the defender in front of him stamped on his feet. That's what the ref's talking about. So Chester being a little bit naughty now and again with a few arms around the neck and stuff, and a few kicks. And
the thing is, they're getting away with them, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting away with quite a lot, to be honest.
Well, let's hope that continues and it goes against them, because Ward doesn't look particularly good at the moment. He's got up at the moment. Hopefully it's just a sprain. Round of applause from the fans. He's still grimacing a bit. He's got his hands on his thighs at the moment, and he's hobbling off. Can't see any changes about to be made, so I'll try and run it off. He's trotting towards the corner flag. Looks okay. Referee has the ball in his hand. Going to give it to goalkeeper Lewis Gray.
I think Ward will be fine. It's just when he's landed, he'll be fine. He's just got to run it off for 2 minutes.
So Perry still dictating things there in that penalty area to the referee, who's virtually ignoring him. And I suppose it'll be a drop ball, which is going to be, which Gray will take, and has. Perry goes to confront the goalkeeper, who bounces it a couple of times in front of him. And we're back underway. Ball long. There is Johnson off the back of his head, though. Johnson came in again to Neal. Storer gets the ball intercepted, though, by Paddy Lacey. Plays it to Weeks. Weeks puts the ball forward here. The chance maybe for the number 10. Cleared, though, by Chris Smith. Interception does well. Smith puts the ball long. Expecting a bit too much there, I think, of Perry to race onto that one. And Cowan allows that to go over. Slight touch by Perry, and you'd have thought Cowan had been shot by a howitzer.
The thing is when you run into Pezza, though, is because he's so big, you just bounce straight off him. I've had plenty of times where I've gone in for a challenge on him, and I've just come out on the other hand.
Thrown by Cowan anyway. He flicks it on to Dudley. Dudley out to Redshaw, who puts the ball off Brown. Takes a quick throw in. Throws it towards Dudley. Dudley intercepted by Chris Smith. Hooks it. There is Cowan, though. Another high ball, beaten to it by Neal. Powell gets the ball back to Neal, does well for the interception, beats two, beats the number 8 again, second time in a couple of seconds, plays it long towards Perry. Perry leaves it dummy, then he's fouled again, nothing given by the referee. And
how many times is the ref going to let them just go straight into pairs and hit him?
he's a battering ram, isn't he? I suppose they think it's normal as Storer lobs it forward. They would have been offside if they'd have touched that ball, so it bounces back to Gray, who's come out of his penalty area. Delivers it long towards Dudley. He heads it back, but Afusu gets there, does well, but's robbed and cleared by Cowan. Intercepted by Kennedy. He finds Storer, he flicks it on. Very, very scrappy game at the moment, with neither side being able to take control of it. In saying that, though, Dan Weeks plays it out wide. Good interception there by Connor Johnson. Glendon plays it out wide. A good tackle there by Brown.
Tackle.
Plays it long, but Powell won't get there. He might. There's the number 3. Powell's with him. Counts Grand going to do, and Grand muscles it out, and it goes for a goal kick. Powell must have got a little toe on that.
Yeah, I think it's just bounced up in front of him and hit him either on his toe or on his shin pad. But we're looking quite defensively secure right now. It's a great challenge from Brownie. Connor Johnson's had a couple of decent headers. Chris, a couple of decent headers, and Wardy as well. We're looking secure.
29 minutes gone here at Latimer Park. It's still Kettering Town 0, Chester 0, as Lewis Gray pumps the ball into the Kettering half, headed up backwards by Afusu. Afusu tries to get the ball back again. He can't. Connor Johnson can. Trying to find Afusu. He's knocked off the ball by Lacey. It's hooked into Kettering's half. Trying to find Renshaw. It won't. Ward gets there, who's recovered from that knock. Flicked over towards Connor Barrett. Barrett being chased down, having to come out wide here. Plays it long. It comes off. Joshua Askew goes out for a Kettering Town throw-in. And Chris Smith going over to take this. It's right in front of the Burger Hut. If you're familiar with Latimer Park, you know where we are. And Smith taking this throw towards Perry. It finds Storer, but it's flicked on by Askew. He hooks it towards the goalkeeper Smith, who comes out on the edge of his penalty area to calm things down, collects the ball, bounces it a few times. He's in all yellow this afternoon.
He's had quite a quiet game, to be honest. But they're the hardest games for goalkeepers when it's quiet, because you've got to stay concentrated for the full game.
Well, Afusu's got 5 or 6 round him. It's still Afusu, but he's brushed off the ball. He goes in for a tackle, and Kettering do get possession back off the ball. It's Harrison Neal plays it out wide, and Smith unfortunately isn't able to collect the ball. It gives Chester a chance of a quick break, but they haven't taken it. Yes, they have. Smith slips again. That's twice he slipped. Needs some new stilettos in his studs, I think. Plays it out square. He finds Glendon, the captain. Glendon's got Cowan with him. Doesn't use him, though. Cowan now is involved on the far side. Cowan puts the ball in. It comes off Harrison Hill. It's back with Glendon. Intercepted, though. Back now with Lacey. It's backwards and forwards movement all the time. Renshaw intercepted by Storer, but again it is Glendon with the ball. He finds Renshaw again, who swaps sides. He's a bit of a mousy type player. Reminds me a little bit of Stevens, that played for Kettering, with the hair and the physique. But away now comes Barrett. Barrett with a lot of space. He's got Powell and he's got Perry with him. Plays the ball, but intercepted, and a good one there by Askew. Askew now can do the same to Kettering. He's got Chris Smith in front of him. Askew played out wide. Smith, though, does exactly the same and stops him. Plays it forward towards Afusu. Afusu plays it out wide to Powell. The chance here now. Powell down that bar line. Perry and Afusu in the area. It comes in. Cleared out, though. And that will be a corner to Kettering on the far side. Tin Hat beginning to erupt over there as they can anticipate a Kettering goal. Brown is going over there to take this. Seems to be the set piece specialist at the moment, Reese.
Yeah, well, normally it's we normally have Sharpie on there with his left foot, but obviously Sharpie's a bit out injured, so we need the left foot on there. We need an in-swinger, so Brownie stepped up and he's doing really well. So
Brown takes this here. Whistle. Referee's a bit of argy-bargy in that 6-yard box. The left will be taken again, and it's Williams this time who's going to be spoken to by the referee. And Perry getting the ball back under duress from the Chester players, who are giving a bit of verbals there. I'm sure Pez can take it. Be nice for him to ram the ball in the net and stick one up them, but
that's the good thing about Pez as well. He doesn't listen much.
Brown then comes in near post here, headed out. And that should go back to Brown. It does. It bounces quite high for him. Gets it out to Powell. Powell puts the ball in. It comes off the number 4 Weeks spoons into goalkeeper Lewis Gray's arms on the 6-yard box. So Perry causing some problems in that 6-yard box when Kettering get into it. Chester not happy with the big man, and hopefully that will continue. Neil trying to find Storer, and Afusu doesn't. Remshaw gets the ball back though, robbed by Harrison Neal, who's then robbed by Weeks. Weeks flicks it out wide to Dudley. Dudley plays it back the centre of the park. Here is 8, Glenshaw, plays it out wide to the unmarked Askew. Barrett trying to close him down now. He beats Barrett, or does he? Barrett's still with him. It comes in off Barrett towards Storer. Storer loses the ball though. This is the penalty area, Remshaw. Chance here for Glendon, might try a shot, does, back corner here, and curling shot, well saved and caught by Jackson Smith. Not under really any pressure, was he?
No, it's he's caught while staying on his feet, so he hasn't had much to do, but they're those awkward ones when there's bodies in the way, and you've just got to wait for the time.
From that Jackson Smith goal kick, it went out of play. We throw into Chester on the far side. So I mean, a few chances in this game so far. Kettering had the better ones of them. One off the line, and a few melees, but nothing that either goalkeeper has been under too much trouble as Perry traps it on his chest. Perry again involved, but it's hooked away towards Redshaws. Chris Smith is there, plays it back to Jackson Smith, and Jackson Smith, long ball. Williams underneath it, off the top of his head though, not a good header. Barrett wins that one. Then he's fouled again. Referee has not given Kettering a foul all game yet, and they've been constantly under the pressure from the Chester, I won't say thugs, but Chester players. Afusu loses the ball, but it comes off Askew for throwing.
It's like the ref left his whistle in the changing rooms. He just doesn't want to give anything to us at all.
He doesn't. They're a very niggly side, Chester, aren't they? Always a last-minute touch or a little foul, a niggle, and the referee not seeing any of those.
Yeah, there's a few questionable decisions, and he's not giving anything to us, to be honest. They've kicked and they've hit Pez a few times and Claudio, but it won't give anything to us.
Chris Smith with the throw in towards Perry. Perry leaves it and it hits Williams, just hooks the ball towards Renshaw. It's been marshalled, clicked out by Storer. Williams there again. That should go out for a throw, and it does. A Kettering Town throw in. Barrett with it finds Storer. Storer back to Barrett on the same line. Plays it through towards Perry. Perry on the edge of the penalty area gets it towards Afusu. Afusu plays it square to Harrison Neal. Neal takes a touch, goes the other way though. Gets it back to Barrett where it originated from. Barrett puts it in towards Perry. Flicks there, back there. A header. It's hit the bar. Unbelievable. Offside. But Brown didn't know that. A lovely flick on by Perry. There was Brown heading the ball, which seemed to be a goal. It hit the top of the bar, but the flag was raised and it would have been cancelled anyway.
I didn't think it was offside, to be honest.
Nor did I never do.
Linesman's got a better view, obviously, than us, and we'll have to take his word for it.
Yeah, that was the best move of the game. And
great flick on by Pez as well.
Once again, yeah, Perry proving his worth. Goalkeeper was beaten, but it wouldn't have counted anyway, as the linesman down here raised his flag. Free kick to Chester. 36 minutes gone here, 0-0 as Ward plays the ball. It's a poor ball by Ward there, gives it straight to Roberts out on the far side. Here's Remshaw. He's turning outside the penalty area, now has to turn inside. Askew's here, he gets the ball in the centre of the park. Barrett's with him. It's Barrett and Askew again, but this time Askew's got the beating of Barrett, comes in, and it comes off. Barrett goes for a corner, and it justifies Jackson Smith's outstretched right hand and goes over the bar into the corner for the visitors. Kettering defended stoutly so far in this half. So nearing towards half time. Ball comes in towards that back post. Perry flicks out of the way. Afusu should get this if he can keep it in. He has done, right on the quadrant to the corner flag on the far side. Now Afusu got a few yards to run. He's got Powell in front of him. Doesn't use him, of course, at the moment. Plays it out wide, and it's intercepted though by Weeks. It was being a good ball. Weeks now might try a long range shot. Gets it outside to Renshaw. Renshaw goes one way, the blocked, and Barrett has to sidestep the referee. Then he clears it towards Powell. Powell is fouled. And the referee finally gives Kettering a free kick. And that should be a booking.
That's the first time he's used his whistle all game.
Well, let's see what colour this will be. Perry has got a yellow card out here. Perry shaking his head there that he was the last man. Your view on that one?
It's a bit of an awkward one. Yeah, Powley's in, but there's also players at the side of the Chester player, so it can go either way again. I mean, with Powley's pace, he's 100% going to get in and get a shot on goal, but I mean, he's quite far away from the goal, and he's got Chester players next to him, so I think yellow's kind of the correct call.
I didn't think he was going to give it at one stage. He seemed very reluctant to do so.
He was very delayed with his decision.
I
think he heard the cheers and kind of got intimidated by it.
Well, a free kick, Harrison Neal then. It's halfway in the Chester half on this near side towards our commentary position. Big melee on that line. There'll be a foul more than likely. It comes in here by Harrison Neal. There's Perry flicked on. Anything can happen here. It's flicked away. Goalkeeper goes down and collects it as Chris Smith comes running in. Does well, goalkeeper Gray there on the 6-yard box. Smothers the ball. And that particular phase of play is over as we're nearing the 39th minute of this first half. Still 0-0. You're listening to Poppy's TV audio, sponsored by Elwood's Brewery, with myself, Paul Cook, and Rhys Davis this afternoon. And it's out wide, flicked on towards Dudley. Dudley still has the ball on the far side, being challenged by Connor Johnson. Still Dudley with it. He's doing well. Plays it long for Weeks. But Story will marshal this one out, and that should go for a goal kick, which it does. I thought it might be a corner, but luckily it didn't come off Story's foot until it was over the line. So Jackson Smith having to run over to the other side of the pitch to collect the ball.
It's been quite a good game so far. It's been all up and down. We've both had pretty much the same chances. I think Kettering had a few more, but it's been quite interesting.
Yeah, a bit like basketball, isn't it? Up and down, up and down, up and down. And but Kettering have had the better chances, I think, overall, Rhys. But haven't been able to put that away yet. Ball comes in. It comes off Glendon. That will be a throw into Kettering. Barrett collecting the ball, being told to go back. He puts it back to Chris Smith. Back to Barrett. Back to Smith. Smith right-footed. Tries to find Powell. There's Williams. He puts it out for a throw-in. Powell comes inside now. Can he get in that penalty area? There he goes. And again, fouled just outside the penalty area. And it did Askew that brings him down.
I think all the players have had their warnings now in the first 25 minutes, and now the rest are going to start giving some of the fouls away.
Well, it's a good position for the Poppies here, just a yard outside the penalty area on this right-hand side. And it always makes me laugh when players stand that close to the referee in a wall formation. They know damn well they've got to move back 10 yards. And
I'm hoping Ward takes this.
Well, yes. Perry still having to go with the referee. They must be getting on really well, the referee and Perry. Well, we've got Ward over it. We've got Powell with it. Perry walks away from it. It's a very, very good position. Referee pacing the wall out, 3 in it at the moment. And we've seen Powell in pre-season score a beauty against Stamford. We know what he can do. And it's a beautiful position. We're right in line with it. And hopefully it'll put the goalkeeper, Lewis Gray, under some form of pressure. Make him play is always the term. Redshaw is behind the Kettering takers. He's moved away from the ball now, going to join the wall, I think. I think he's like a caddy, isn't he? He was looking at the angles of what was going to happen. It looks like Powell is going to take this. Perry's there, so is Connor Johnson. Powell's leave. It's Ward going to take this. Ward puts it in. It's rather weak, and it's towards the goalkeeper's left at a good height. And
well, at the end of training, normally we do like free kicks and a bit of shooting and stuff like that, and he's really good at them, Ward was, and we was quite surprised. And he's tried taking a few all season, but Powley takes him off him, but he's let him have the one. He's kind of ruined his chance. Yeah,
a bit of a powder puff shot really, neither one thing nor the other, but it was there. Williams heads the ball back to Weeks, and it's back with Chester on this halfway line. It's now into Kettering's half, intervened by Storer. Barrett underneath it. Storer chests it down, flicks it round towards Powell. Williams allows that to go out for a Chester throw-in.
It's just a bit of a shin roll, weren't it, off Gaz's foot?
Yeah, it was a shame, really, but Askew with the throw-in. He's thought about giving it to Williams, but a bit of a grin there from Powley. Still with a throw-in. Barrett wins it, comes off Chris Smith, goes into the main stand. Askew is into Kettering's halfway in there now. Coming up to half-time. Askew does a 1-2 with Weeks. Weeks right-footed, puts the ball in. It's a good ball, actually. There's a chance here for Glendon. Might be a shot. Plays it out wide. In comes the shot. Poor effort. Goes high and wide over Jackson Smith, but there was certainly a chance there, Reese.
Yeah, it was a bit of a wasted chance, to be honest. It's obviously it's bobbly pitch and stuff like that, but he's gone for the outside of the right foot, and I think he should just drilled it.
Yeah, certainly should have made Jackson have to do something rather than just see it going over the
yeah, when you're in that
crossbar.
area, you've got to make the goalkeeper work. Even if it just hits the goalkeeper, you've got to at least get a shot on target there. I mean, he's 12 yards out.
43 minutes gone here this first half then, and still remains 0-0. Kettering with the better chances. Chester have had a couple, but nothing major. Kettering hit the bar, but it was offside. They've had one cleared off the line. Smith pumps it forward towards Perry. Perry flicks it on towards Powell, intercepted by Williams though. Good interception that was, as Ofusa was there again. Harrison Hill gets the ball, heads it though to the number 23, pumps it forward towards Renshaw, headed out by Smith, off Renshaw, and that will be a Kettering throw. Much to the disgust of the Chester players, but it definitely was a Kettering throw-in.
I'm not sure. It came off Chris's head, but I think it hit the Chester player's hand, to be honest. It's a great ball.
Williams fending off Powell. Storer heads it back. Can Ofusu get there? He can't. It's marshalled off it by Grand. Harrison Hill gets the ball over the head by Smith. Back to Renshaw on the halfway line. Still Renshaw has been the most effective of the players, him and Askew on this left-hand side. But Brown does well, but so does the number 6, goes out for a throw-in off Dan Cowan. Can Kettering get one final strike in before half-time? Get that advantage. Well, we'll wait and see. We've not got long to go. I make it 45 minutes are up. And my watch has always been a bit dodgy. There's a foul there on Connor Johnson on the halfway line. So one more chance. The board hasn't gone up yet.
I think the ref's going to give everything now. Same thing as well the ref done on Tuesday. Whenever anyone got the ball on Tuesday and hit the floor, he gave everything. The ref's kind of held out a bit today, but I think he's going to start giving some more.
Brown on the far side then for Kettering with this free kick as we're into the 45th minute of this game. Comes into the penalty area towards Perry. Perry is there. Is fouled.
That is a definite penalty.
The cries of it penalty is actually brought down, and Storer having a word. The cries of penalty from up here in the gantry, and I think there's going to be a booking here for Perry, but it should be booking the linesman.
That is a 100%
unbelievable
penalty. He's grabbed his shirt from behind and had his hand on his throat. It's a definite penalty.
I've just heard Perry saying the referee is a stone cold penalty. He was grabbed by the throat, his shirt was being pulled, and this guide dog, the referee, didn't give it. And a shocking decision from Mr. Richard Holmes, and he's booking Perry for his protests of the game. And Chester get away with it once again. We say they're a niggly, dirty team, and they're getting away with it at the moment.
They've got away with quite a few today, and Pez has just brought up a good point, saying he's 20 stone and he's pulled him down. It must have pulled him hard enough. I mean, if you put him the same way you pull Pez on, like, let's say, Powley, he's going to come down much easier and get a penalty. But I think because it's Pez at the moment, they're not giving anything to him.
Yeah, it was a stone cold penalty, as Perry said, and hopefully you'll see that on the highlights in the future, and you can make your own judgment of that. But Perry goes into the book for something that's not his fault. Results in a long throwing eventually for the Kettering just before half time. Perry's there again. It's flicked on by Kennedy. Then again cleared by Chester. Mafusu can't get there. He pumps it out wide to Storer, who can. Smith remained up on the far side, and Smith loses the ball to Remshaw. In comes Mafusu, does well. Can Powell get there? Powell is now in the penalty area. Powell turns, gets the ball to Barrett. It's kicked out.
Gary Storer's having a really good game at the moment. It's I think it'll be a bit of a headache for the gaffer to choose between him and Lamin next game.
Smith heads it out wide to Brown as we are into added time. Don't know how long it's going to be because nothing's been given. As Brown going forward, still Brown loses the ball, but it flicked on here. Ward's in there, headed out by Williams, hit by Harrison Neal, and that just goes inches wide of the post.
Pez
And
nearly got a flick on there.
Chester escape once again. Well, a penalty that should have been wasn't given. Gary Storer still having a few words with the referee.
I think Rammers might have a few words with him at half time as well.
Never.
Yeah.
Old Rocky Ramshaw, as we call him.
We've seen a few of them this season.
Yeah, the inconsistencies of the referees are amazing at this level, aren't they? I mean, you see it obviously on the park all the time, but you know, and you're involved in it day in, day out. We see it from aloft. But
I don't get too involved with them. You if there's ever like a scuffle or anything on the pitch, you'll always see me just stood in my goal.
Well, there goes the half-time whistle, and I would actually think that the officials need to go and read the book on what to do when it gets in the penalty area and penalties, because that was as a blatant one as I've seen. And it remains, though, at half-time, Kettering Town 0, Chester 0. And Chester can thank their lucky stars that they aren't behind. Kettering had the better of the first half, haven't been able to get that ball in the net, haven't really had any decisions going for them. And that isn't being biased, that's being quite accurate in what we've seen. And I'm sure that one or two will question the referee's decision on that penalty. Round of applause to both teams. It's been an exciting first half from a neutral point of view. Very frustrating from a Kettering point of view. Must be frustrating for Perry as he comes off grinning and shouting with Brownie, and we go into half time. Well, Reece and I are going to take a 10-15 minute break now. We'll be back in the second half, but we leave you at half time here at Latham Park. Kettering Town 0, Chester 0. Welcome back to Latimer Park. If you've just joined us, it's Kettering Town 0, Chester 0. Biggest talking point really just before half time when Kyle Perry was manhandled, and we do have footage of that is available, I think, on Twitter at the moment, of him being grabbed by the neck and pulled down. Most blatant stone ball penalty that you will ever see was waved away, but despite that, it's still 0-0. Kettering having the better of the chances in that first half. They hit the bar, but it would have been offside anyway from a good header. And there's been a few chances for Chester, but nothing to write home about. But it is still 0-0 here on this glorious afternoon at Latter Park. Sun blazing down. It's the first time I think we've seen that on this side of the ground. And we now have the Wembley gantry shadow in front of us, which of course we've never had that before. So that's another one. You're listening to Poppy's TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, with myself, Paul Cook, and hopefully Rhys Davis back in commentary for the second half as both teams come out. Kettering had a rapturous round of applause in front of 1,014 attendance. That's the highest attendance that Kettering have had in the Conference National since they've been back in the Conference North. So fantastic out in there for the Kettering fans. Let's hope that they can enjoy themselves with a Poppies win in this second half, and we will see in the next 45 minutes. No changes for Kettering at half time. It's as you were. Kettering kicking towards the Morrisons' end. They line up with Jackson Smith in goal. Connor Barrett, Alex Ward, Luke Ward. 5 is Connor Johnson. 6 Chris Smith. 7 Callum Powell. 16 Claudio Afusu. 24 Carl Perry. 10 Gary Storer, and 11 Harrison Neal. Gary Storer, of course, has been out of action for quite a while and has been very impressive for this afternoon, considering he's not played that much. It will be Chester to get us underway. They're kicking towards their fans that are in the tin hat. There's probably around 50 or so of Chester fans that have made the long journey. Referee, who's looking at his watch, he needs to look at the rule book more than his watch, I think, but he is checking to make sure that everybody is in the relevant places, and we're about to get underway. It's going to be Glendon who's got the ball on the halfway line in the centre circle, centre spot. Referee again checking his sundial, and it's that sunny. They could have a sundial this afternoon, and we are off. Ball is back with Lacey to Weeks on this near side. Flicks the ball forward. There's Luke Ward. Weeks intercepts, and Fusu doing well and being held back there and fouled. Referee again not doing a great deal, but good work from Fusu. Plays it out wide to Harrison Neal. He plays it long. Powell can't get there. Williams can. Cries of handball. It comes off the Kettering player, and that will be a throw in to the Seals, or the Blues, depending on what nickname you want to give the opponents. Welcome back, Rhys.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's a massive queue for the toilet.
How are those fingers? All right? Yep.
Yeah, not too bad. Bit weird climbing up the ladder with them, but.
So it's not the fingers that the problem really. It's the leg, is it? That is the.
Yeah, I can play with the fingers. I just tape them up, but it's just the leg at the moment. It's not as bad as last time, but it's still a bit sore.
Thrown to Chester on the far side, flicked on towards Renshaw. Ward plays it long towards Perry. Williams is there. Williams puts it onto pitch 2. Another ball required, and Kettering fans in the Morrison's end. It looks quite full in there. Actually looks great to see that stand full and people all around it. Aside, there's over 1,000 here at Latimer Park as Barrett on the far side doing well. Still Barrett. And Renshaw gets the ball back to Powell. Powell comes in here. Poor ball though from Barrett. A miss kick though by Chester. Can't get it through towards Renshaw. He won't get there. On the halfway line as Dudley plays the ball back. It's side wide here. Long ball down towards Weeks. He plays in Roberts. Roberts puts the ball in. Here's a chance here. And that goes out. Intercepted by Smith for the first corner. As Renshaw was bearing down to tap in at the near post if he'd have got there. But it didn't. And that will be the first corner of the second half. Carbon copy really of the first half, where Chester had a few corners early doors. But it will be Declan Weeks to take this. Of course, their fans are in there wearing their yellow shirts. That must be their away kit. It comes in towards that back post. It's headed over by Renshaw, and he got a free header, but it came off the 26. It's quite diminutive, so had he been taller, that might have had a better impact, but it goes over the bar.
How's the smallest person on the pitch managed to win a header like that?
Exactly. It reminds me of a player we used to have called Ben Stevens a few seasons ago, and
I wouldn't know him.
Yeah, he's got the same stature, he's got the same haircut, and had the same result with the headers, thankfully. But yeah, that was a definite chance. Anybody taller on that could have.
Yeah.
Just looking at my notes now. Smith then gets us away. Perry flicks the ball, and there's a foul by Perry, and on the number 3, he's going to send Perry off. Perry's gone. Unbelievable. Well, Perry was denied a penalty in the first half and an appalling decision by the referee, and it looks like that Perry is going to be sent off for a second yellow, and that would put to the Catamount the Pigeons. Kettering will be down to 10 men. Very innocuous challenge. I like to see that one on the highlights, and this referee is having an absolute stinker this afternoon. And
it's never a red card.
Well, no matter what Perry does, he's going to see red, and he's going to go, and there it is. Carl Perry goes, much to the cheers of the Chester fans. Kettering reduced to 10 men, and I'm afraid, Richard Holmes, you're a disgrace. So Perry still hasn't gone off yet. Kettering now going to have to readjust. In front of 1,000, it's going to be a bit of a struggle for the Poppies. Perry not happy at all, and he's had a bit of a ding-dong with this referee all afternoon, and the referee has won. He sent him off, denied him a penalty, and then sent him off. He can't believe it, can Carl Perry. Another poor decision, in my opinion, for what that's worth.
I feel so sorry for Perry right now, because obviously he hasn't played that much this year, and when he has played, he scored. He should have had a definite penalty in the end of the first half, and the ref just made an absolute stupid mistake sending him off.
And of course the Chester fans are enjoying this, and Pez is reacting quite humorously. He's seen it all before, and there's a bit of a melee down here with an idiot Chester fan, and get him out! Hey, you, get out!
Bit of a scuffle down here right now.
Yeah, well, the fans should actually be thrown out for that remark, and
you don't attack
stewards
aren't like down the tunnel.
Doing their jobs, in my opinion. Should have been chucked out. That was a poor from the Chester fan there, baiting Perry as he was being sent off. But let's get back on the game as Storer heads on. This must favour Chester now, as Kettering are down to 10 men. This leaves Powler up front on his own. Storer puts the ball out wide to Afusu. Williams is there, but Afusu's got speed, and it goes out for a throw on the far side. Often this really pumps up the volume here at Kettering when the player is sent off controversially, and that was controversial.
It was never a sending off.
Thrown on the far side as Barrett is about to take it. Ward, and that goes for a goal kick. A corner. Referee had signalled goal kick. You can see what side he's on, or whose side he's on. But it is in fact a corner given by the linesman on the far side. No doubt if Kettering score, the referee will disallow it. But it is Barrett on the far side, the Morrison's end, in swinging, comes in towards that back post. There's a header there, it comes away. Powell can't get there. Powell almost got there. Afusu having to play out wide. Still Afusu with it, right footed, puts it in towards that back post. The keeper, he catches it, and Lewis Gray does well there. Ball back with Lewis Gray. Plays it to Williams, who hooks the ball into the sky. Afusu and Weeks underneath it. So is Storer. Storer wins the header. Weeks gets it back though. He finds Harrison Neal. It's headed back. There he is at Renshaw. And still Renshaw with it on the halfway line. Still Renshaw. He's into the Kettering half now, going forward, got a bit of space opening up from here, plays the ball out wide to Weeks. Weeks got the overlapping Cowan if he wants to use him, he does. Cowan puts the ball in near post, hooked away by Luke Ward. That goes into the school next door to us. We won't see that ball for a little while, at least we know where it is. And that will be a throw-in to Chester, who have the advantage here, man-wise anyway, on the pitch. And the fan has been sorted out by the Kettering security and will be ejected from the ground, I would think, for that awful display there of emotion. But there we are. It
so
will
he
be
should as well. The players on the pitch, you can say what you want, we take it, but as soon as you're off the pitch, you can't be saying stuff like that. And for the reaction that we got from Pez, he must have said something really bad.
Oh, good work there from Dudley. Then he's brought down by Storr, and the referee instantly gives a free kick. And the referee now having a word with Alex Brown. He must know all the Kettering players off by heart because he's spoken to most of them. And it hasn't really been, from Kettering's point of view, considering the amount of niggles and cheating that, to a certain extent, that Chester seemed to have done in the game and got away with. It doesn't seem to really have been a filthy game from Kettering's point of view.
No, we've actually been quite clean, to be honest. We haven't really done any bad challenges.
Ball comes in. The chance here. Cleared. Renshaw might try a shot. It's still there. Renshaw puts it in. Goes miles wide. It doesn't. Headed out by Smith. Kettering can't get rid of it. Connor Johnson can. And then Storer comes in. It's still in that area. Must be offside. It can't go towards that back post. And that goes away. And that will be a goal kick for Kettering. But certainly a bit of pressure there. And the defence, for the first time, looking a bit shaky.
Yeah,
Ward saying to calm down.
There. I'm not sure what's happening down there. There's a bit of booing and stuff then.
Davis with this goal kick.
Smith. Jackson Smith, not Davis. I'm stood up here with you.
Far side it is Askew who hoofs the ball out, gets a throw in from it. Throw in the centre to Renshaw. Renshaw. Came off Renshaw, and that will be a Kettering Town throw on the far side. Well, we've seen both extremes of refereeing here at Latin Park on Tuesday. We had one of the best referees that I've seen in a long time, and this afternoon we've seen the other side of the bread and seen what can be seen, and he's been appalling. I don't like it to say the referees, on the referee's case, but this man has really shown inconsistencies throughout. Anyway, it's back to the game and throw in to Chester. Hoofed on by Lacey, cleared by Johnson. It finds Powell. Powell being nudged in the back, nothing given. Chester get the ball again with Lacey. Robbed by Neal, and the referee has blown there for a foul.
So he gave nothing in the first half, and now second half he's given everything. Just want a bit of consistency.
Well, that's it, isn't it? It does seem that the referee is giving everything towards Chester that he can. Out comes the ball here. Out comes Smith, who collides with, I think that's Connor Johnson. It's Chris Smith. He goes down, and probably referee will probably send Smith off.
Penalty to Chester, I think.
Penalty to Chester, yeah, and it's Chris Smith looks like he's got a nose complaint, being rushed on as Rachel comes on to tend to him. Jackson Smith having a few words with the referee, as Alex Brown is. But Well,
Not
it's
sure
0-0, but it's been a game packed full of incident, which you will see on our highlights package later next week, hopefully by a Monday when we're allowed to show it to you. The penalty has been put on Twitter by a fan, and if you've seen that, you'll see how blatant it was. And then 5 minutes later, let's say after the half-time interval, Perry is sent off controversially for a second
this will be
yellow.
the longest highlights reel of the season so far.
All for the wrong reasons. That's the problem, though.
Yeah.
You're still down. You're missing anything. Don't forget that next Saturday, Kettering are back here at Latimer Park against Buxton in the Emirates FA Cup 4th qualifying round. That should be an interesting one as well, as Buxton have had their say on Kettering in the press. So we'll see how that one pans out. But still plenty of time to go here, and Kettering reduced to 10 men. It's going to be a hard ask, really, to win this game. Smith has had to go off to come on again, and Jackson Smith has the ball, and Chris Smith is now back on, so Kettering are back down to 10 men. Still Jackson Smith with the ball on the edge of his penalty area, delivers the ball low. Someone just killed a cat, I think, in the away end. Some scream as Brown traps it, turns, delivers the ball towards Afusu. He can't get there. It's pumped back in towards Redshaw. Here is Renshaw, might try a volley. He does, and cleared by Johnson and in towards Weeks. Weeks plays it, goes down. Good work there from Storer. Afusu is away here. He's got Powell with him. Still Afusu. The penalty goes one way, goes the other. Might try a shot. Plays it towards Powell. Powell is in the 6-yard box. Powell shoots. It's blocked. And that goes for a corner. Good work there. A good break from Kettering. I thought for a moment we're going to go 1-0 ahead with Afusu and Powell in very good positions. But a strained foot from a Chester defender. It spoons out for a corner. Barrett goes over to take it. Kettering going to take the lead. The fans behind the goal find their voice, urging this ball into that net. Brown then on the far side. In comes Brown. It's low. It's a poor corner. And Storer heads it back, but it's a poor header and easily dispatched by
it's a great tackle
by
from
Dudley,
Harrison.
but a great tackle by Harrison Neal. I'm surprised the referee didn't book Neal for that.
Not too loud.
Chester come away with the ball. It is a good movement there by Askew. He finds Ward. Ward plays it back to Jackson Smith. Smith, good connection with it. And comes off of Fusu.
There's good connection considering what that box is like.
There is Neal. Heads it onto Fusu. Flicks it on towards Brown. There's Williams. Williams gets a head to it. Handball. Referees missed that one as well. And the fans on the far side there are all crying handball, and with this referee, who is totally incompetent, has missed that one. There is an assessor, I believe, in the stand this afternoon. He should be writing a thesis on this one. But it will be a throw on the far side. Chris Smith with it. Flicked on to Barrett, and it goes out though. Williams has kept it in. And it does go out. Renshaw on the Askew, on the far side with the ball, being told to get on with it by the linesman. 0-0 here. Kettering reduced to 10 men as Perry's received 2 yellows. Controversial, of course, as they always are. Hooked on by Ward. Afusu is there. Out comes the goalkeeper. Punches. Goalkeeper goes down. His own player, goalkeeper has to get up. Powell is there. Can he get a strike in? He can't. Hooked away by Chester. And Connor Johnson gets a foot to it. Hooks it back in. It's high. Afusu underneath it, battling with it. Still Afusu is just to a foul. And the fans once again give this referee some stick for another appalling decision by the most biased referee I've seen this season.
The Chester player had his arms over Claudio's shoulders. Claudio was just leaning into him a little bit, but the rest gave it the other way.
I'm not sure what plane this is coming over, but it's a biplane. It's German and it begins with F. It's it's back with Paddy Lacey. Plays it out wide to Roberts on this right hand side. Roberts, right footed, puts the ball in, it comes off Brown's back, still is in play. Roberts underneath it, over his head. There is a foul by Brown.
That one is a foul, yes.
That was a foul, I'll give him that. And he hasn't booked him, which is surprising as the Red Baron flies over Latimer Park there, look. Beautiful sight. And as there really is a biplane from the war eras flying over.
Ball was played shortly.
But it is Glendon with it. Good 1-2. Glendon gets a return ball. Ball comes in low. There's a flick on here. Barrett gets a foot to it. Pumps it out towards Afusu. He can't get there. He does. Then it's fouled. And Weeks is going to go into the book. And Weeks becomes the second player. Well, the referee got a few brownie points to make up if he thinks he's going to get away with that. But Weeks goes in for a foul on Afusu.
I'm surprised he never booked Claudio then.
So it will be a free kick to Kettering. And Sheriff is being called over as Reese said. I wonder he's not booked him. He might. Well, he's having a word with Afusu, but nothing yellow's come out, and it will be a free kick just inside Kettering's half, about 4 yards inside Kettering's half. Connor Johnson underneath it, right in front of our commentary position. From the shadows, look like he's a member of the team. He's moved the ball a few inches. Johnson addressing the ball. Comes in towards Barrett on the far side. Barrett wins the header. Afusu can't get there. Williams can. He heads it out into Harrison Hill. Chests it. Harrison Hill puts it out wide to Afusu. Cries of offside. Nothing given by the linesman. So Afusu is still out there. It comes off Askew, and that will be a throw-in right up by the corner flag, much to the disgust of the Chester players who thought he was offside.
That was great feet from Claudio then, and a good ball over the top from Harrison. Harrison's been very, very solid today. He's having a very good game.
Well, Brown's going to take a long throw in as Kettering's tall men get into there. That's Smith and Ward. And all behind the Kettering fans who are massed in the Morrison's end there. It's still 0-0. Throwing comes in. There's no Perry to flick it on. Here is Gary Storer. Plays it back wide. And that will be offside, which it is. And then there's a foul on Brown after. But offside before then. 0-0 here at Latimer Park. Kettering down to 10 men after the second hard sending off of Kyle Perry. And a bit of a war of attrition for the Poppies this afternoon as the substitution is being made by the Poppies. It's Isaac Stones is coming on. Of course, Isaac got the 901st goal on Tuesday night for the Poppies in the FA Cup, and he is replacing Callum Powell.
Yeah, I think Powell, it's a bit unfortunate for Powley because he hasn't really put a foot wrong this game. I think the only thing that's kind of made the gaffer's decision here is the fact that Pez has gone off. So we need a bit more height up top. Yeah,
Perry said it was a handful, wasn't he? And we've got...
Player number 7, Callum Powell, after 65 minutes. Player number 9, Isaac Stones.
So Barrett wins the ball, gets it towards Afusu. He traps it. Intercepted though by 2 players of Chester, but Afusu gets it back. He beats 3. Does ever so well once again, plays it out wide, but intercepted by Askew. Well, good ball here. Can Ward intercept? He does, and he lumps the ball out for a throw on the far side. 66 minutes gone here at Latimer Park. It's still 0-0. Poppies there reduced to 10 men. We controversially denied a penalty in the latter stages of the first half, and then controversially the same player involved in that was sent off in the second half. We're of course talking about Pezza, who is down with the Kettering directors down here on the left hand side. The ball towards Afusu, who's fouled, nothing given as Neil has the ball, plays it forward towards Brown, who then is fouled this time by Roberts, and he should be going into the book. And Chester really showing what they were in the first half, but this time the referee decided, since he sent Perry off, to start booking the Chester players for their fouls. And Niggles, that is Roberts, becoming the 3rd player into the book this afternoon.
That one was a definite free kick. I'm not sure about the one on Claudio. I think he just slipped, but that one there, definite free kick, definite yellow.
Well, it's not in a bad position. It's central in the Chester half. It's probably about 10 yards or so from the D, so it's a fair way out. There won't be a direct shot on goal. Harrison Neal is over it. Fans singing behind that goal mouth. 1,114 are here this afternoon. Kettering's highest skaters. Neal floats one in, and it was a poor affair, really. Just curled in towards goalkeeper Gray. Had nothing more to do than just pick it up. And
I think it was a good ball in. I think it was just the players needed to get across the goalkeeper instead of just looking for the back post. If you get the players to run across, it's a tap in.
Well, Roberts gets the ball to Renshaw in front of us here in Kettering's half. Renshaw comes inside. Still Renshaw with it. Gets the ball to Lacey. Lacey plays it out wide. That goes out, and that will be a throw-in. Lacey saying there was a foul, and of course there wasn't. Throw-in to Kettering. Throw-in by Connor Johnson. And a steady game as Johnson flicks it through towards Stones. He can't get there. Roberts can. Fusu being manhandled. Got three around him again. Ball sprayed out wide. Smith should mop this up. He does. He overhits it slightly towards Barrett. And Barrett gets there, though. He's been jostled by Askew on the far side. Flicks it through. Good ball here to Barrett, though. Barrett puts the ball in here. And Stones couldn't get to it. It's been hoofed away. Fusu underneath it, heads it back in, but it goes straight towards Weeks. And Weeks now gives the visitors a chance. Good block there by Chris Smith, who goes down after the challenge. But Chester get the ball back, feed it through. There is Storer. Storer again, though, who's had a great game. Feeds the ball through to Barrett, but there is Williams. He'll pump the board forward. In doing that under pressure, he pumps it out. That was poor from Williams, really.
I think Kettering are kind of all over them right now. The Chester are panicking a little bit and just kicking loose balls around. But Chris Smith then with two good blocks then.
What's it like when you're down to 10 men? It's happened to you, I suppose. And how do you feel when you're down there against 11?
Obviously there's a bit of pressure on you then because you're one man down, and obviously when you've got less players on the pitch it's a bit harder, but you just got to put up with it.
Throwing came in, but Harrison Neal heads it back into penalty area. There is Stones. He heads out to Ward, who's beaten to it. And it's cleared here now. It's going to be Storer who mops up. He does. Gets it to Ward. Ward to Chris Smith. Smith plays it back to Jackson Smith in goal, his namesake. Smith, right-footed, clears the ball towards Connor Johnson. It's headed on, though, by Barrett. Back in by a Chester player towards Smith, who plays it long to Stones. Will be offside, which he is. And yeah, he was offside. Fans behind the goal weren't impressed, but unfortunately that time I think he was.
Yeah, I think he was by about a yard or two. Just needs to work on his timing a bit more, but you'll get there. Still young.
Chester are making their first substitution of the game. And it is George Waring, who's their leading goal scorer on 3 goals, who is replacing Declan Weeks, of course, who's been booked. So the change just being made.
Substitution of Chester after 70 minutes. Replacing number 4, Declan Weeks. Number 9, George Waring.
20 minutes to go here then at Latimer Park. It's Kettering 0, Chester 0. Listen to Poppy's TV audio with myself, Paul Cook, and goalkeeper Rhys Davis. This is sponsored, of course, by Elgood's Brewery. Ball back in play by Gray, straight to Waring, who's beaten to it by Chris Smith. It's hooked over, and Brown will allow that to go out for a Kettering Town throw on the far side, in front of the little stand in the corner. So Ward is quite a tall player, and Waring is quite a tall player, and we know Ward is, but Waring is just a little bit taller than Ward, so that should be an interesting duel. Stones under pressure, being held back. Referees missed, and there's a foul there on Renshaw by Brown. The referee saw that one. He missed the one on Stones, but
this referee has been very inconsistent. He's told the player not to hold him, and then the player's held him. He hasn't given anything. and then they've just broken through and given away he's given a stupid foul, to be honest.
Well, it's in a decent place for Chester. Brown wasn't happy with it, which he is entitled to make his opinion, I suppose, but not going to get them to change their decisions. It's Ashu who's going to take it. He's going to be left-footed. Melee in there, only Afusu up front for Kettering. The arm goes up, ball comes in towards that back post. Smith leaves it, Waring gets there, so the 6 cleared. The chance here, Melee, shot, block,
That's
and a corner.
Of a block.
That was a great block by Connor Johnson. That was goal bound all the way, and he got a leg to it. It came off him and veers off for a corner.
So one thing about us as well, we'll always put our bodies on the line, and the defenders are really good at it.
Corner comes in swinging, this time headed on. Harrison Neal might get there before Renshaw. No, Renshaw gets there first. He plays it, does a dummy, but there's Neal in front of him. Does exceptionally well, and that will be a Kettering throw-in. Under 23 from Sheffield United, and he's an exceptional player. Had another great game this afternoon so far. And
yeah, you'll see with Harrison when he plays and stuff, he's very consistent with what he does, and he's very smart as well. I mean, he's completely outread that player there.
Throw in by Brown towards Stones. Stones comes off him, unfortunately, and that goes for a throw in. It came off his chest. Roberts pinches about 10 yards. Ball comes back though to Cowan, who then takes it even further. Referee has told him to stop. Should be going back further than that, referee, but this ref wouldn't know. Cowan with the throw in.
The ref told him to stop, and he's carried on walking another 10 yards.
It's in. And Waring can't get there. Storer can. Only finds Lacey. Plays it out wide in towards Lufusu. There's Williams though. Neal gets the ball on the far side. Can Barrett get there? He can't. Williams is there, and so is Afusu. Gets the foot into it. Gets it to Barrett. There is Askew behind him. Afusu gets there. Loses the ball. And Chester come away with it. End-to-end stuff at the moment in the middle, let's say anyway, as Chester come away on the far side. It's Askew. Askew's got Harrison Neals on the other side of the pitch now. Does well, gets the foot in. Still Askew with it. Here is Renshaw, puts it into the centre of the park. It is the number 16, Lacey, plays it out wide to the number 8, Glendon, the captain. He plays a 1-2 with Waring. Waring has the ball, still Waring. There is Storer getting the foot in. It's played out wide though to Roberts. Still sustained pressure from Chester. Here is Glendon, gets the ball in. There should be a goal here. And the referee gives a free kick as Waring goes in under, I think that is, who's that? That's Smith over there.
I'm surprised he never gave a penalty for that.
Yes, I was just going to say I was horrified for a moment that the referee was going to give a penalty as another aerial, something aerial flies over. I think it's not James Bond, is it, and Little Nelly, but it's something similar. Yep, it's over there. We're getting all sorts of a hang glider with an engine in there going over. We're getting them all over here this afternoon. We've had the Red Baron, we've had the glider. We've had a diver as well, and we've had a few divers on the pitch. But,
yeah, just a few.
Back underway, and the ball's flicked on here to Stones, but he's not going to be able to get this one. I don't think. It's a bit unlucky here as Roberts gets there first. He's been put right back into the corner flag. Underneath Stones, he's done well actually. He gets the ball to Glendon. Glendon being pressurised by Brown, and Chester get the ball away. Only towards Gary Storer. Gary Storer might try a chance. Storer puts the ball through, trying to get it, feed it through. Tries a shot, it's weak, and it just goes by the goalkeeper's right hand post low. Storer did well to get a shot in, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think he's just trying to swing a leg it. He had 3 or 4 players around him, and it's just a bit unlucky, to be honest. I think he could have maybe shot earlier.
Well, we'll hope to get some reaction after the game, get one of the management in, and hopefully get a player to give their thoughts on this game. It's still 0-0 at the moment as Gray gets us back underway. Storer underneath this. Waring flicks the ball on though. Connor Johnson being manhandled by Roberts, fires the ball down for Afusu, and Glendon gets the ball through. There's a foul there. Referee shakes, and Afusu not impressed with that, but I think on this occasion it was a bit of a meal by Afusu.
I think it is a foul. I think he's tried staying up, and that's why the ref hasn't given it. If he just went down in the first place, he would have got it.
Well, Kettering robbed the ball back from Neal, put the ball through to Afusu. Afusu comes in here, and he's blocked. A great block challenge there this time. That should have been a goal, but a fantastic block. And Kettering get a corner from it, but that was Kevin Roberts. And without his intervention, I think Afusu would have slotted that one in.
Yeah, I mean, the players done very well to get across and get a block on that. Cloudy's made an awesome run. And a great ball in from Harrison as well. Should be 1-0.
Well, Brown with the corner, in swinging it, comes in, the goalkeeper comes out, punches, loses the ball. Neil on the edge of the penalty area has to play it out wide. He goes wide, he's got a Fusa with him, it comes off Glendon, a Kettering throw in, and Brown will come over for a long throw. Sustained pressure from Kettering, we're down to 10 men. You wouldn't really believe which side was down to 10, but certainly since the sending off, Kettering have maintained an attacking motive up front.
Yeah, even though we've lost our main striker today, with Pez up top, we've been all over them still.
Brown with the long throw in towards Smith. Smith flicks back post here. Fusu's there. So is Neil. Neil plies a pile driver. Comes in. It's flicked. And that's going to go for a corner.
Hey.
The goalkeeper couldn't really accumulate for the bounce.
No, you can never guess for the bounce on this pitch. Pitch obviously isn't the best and a bit slopey on some parts, but I think the spin's done him as well.
Was that a googly, do you reckon?
It happens to everyone. I've had them before, and you can never guess the bounce, especially on obviously the sun's come out, so it's a bit of a harder pitch now.
Well, Harrison Neal then on this left-hand side puts the ball in towards that back post. There's a header there, it flicked out. Here's a Fusu in the penalty area, takes a touch. A Fusu shoots, it comes in, blocked and put out again. In by Brown, it's flicked out. Barrett, Brown fires one in. Again, that is weak, and that goes by the post. But good pressure from Kettering, still trying to score this goal as Chester about to make their second substitution. I would believe it's number 17 coming on. If you turn the board around, we might get some idea. Yep, 17 is Jude Abayo, is replacing Anthony Dudley.
So where are these in the league?
14th.
So substitution just been made as
I'm guessing it's just management problems then.
Gray's about to get us back underway.
How long?
80 minutes. We have number 17, George replacing number 10, Anthony Dudley.
10 minutes to go here then at Latimer Park. As Glendon gets the ball in the centre of the park, plays it forward towards Renshaw. Renshaw being challenged by Chris Smith. Chris Smith, and the referee has given a foul there on Smith. He did touch him, and very, very light touch, but this referee especially, has seen it and has given it towards Chester, centre of the Kettering half. A few inches being pinched at every opportunity. Referee rolls the ball back to the original position, which the Chester player, he hasn't moved it forward, they usually do. But
it just feels like whenever the Chester players get the ball and whenever a Kettering player gets close to them and puts their arm up in the air, he's just giving it.
Well, it's a free kick in the centre of the park. 23 takes it towards the back post. There's Waring. It comes off Waring's head and sails high and wide of Jackson Smith.
You've called him two different names today.
I have, yeah. Jackson Brown, hasn't he? He's the song called Stay, I think it was, many, many years ago. Marvellous song. Great guitar solo in it, but I'm sure Jackson Smith can play guitar as well. But you got
to listen to his country music singing.
He's good.
He loves his country music.
Oh dear, Willie Nelson.
He sung for his initiation song, massive country song.
Oh dear.
He smashed out the park. To be honest, he's got a great voice.
Well, the countryman gets us back underway towards Afusu. It's beaten him. The buyer gets his first touch of the afternoon. He's over the halfway line. He's got Brown with him. Still Abayo. He looks quite silky going down this right-hand side, and Brown puts the ball out for a throw-in. 81 minutes gone here, 9 to go, plus time added on. Roberts to take this throw-in for Chester. To Renshaw, chests it down, back to Roberts, back to Renshaw. Glendon's behind him. Kettering can't get the ball away, and then Roberts goes down after a touch by Johnson, and the referee I thought was going to have a word with Johnson. Yes, he is.
It is a free kick. It's a bit unfortunate.
It is a free kick, but it was unfortunate. But when you've got somebody as pedantic as this referee, you've got to be very, very careful, I think. And it will be a free kick, and it will be Joshua Askew to take this on this right-hand side, parallel with the penalty area. Everyone's at the back post in the penalty area. Whistle goes. In it comes, left-footed high to the back post. There is Waring, heads it through, headed out. It's miskicked. Abayo gets there. Stones clears the ball. There's only a Fosu up front, and Roberts has to play the ball back though to the goalkeeper Gray. He plays it out wide to Roberts on the far side. Barrett is there, plays it back to Gray. Gray challenged by Afusu and doesn't break him down. Glendon gets the ball back. Chester come forward. Afusu then is fouled by Paddy Lacey and looks in a bit of pain.
Gary Stora's down in the middle with a bit of cramp by the looks of it.
And Storer, who's not played too long, as Reese says, has got cramp. I'm
not surprised, to be honest. He's run his absolute heart out today.
He has. But it will be a free kick to Kettering. Another foul on Afusu. Referee having a word with the Chester player, Paddy Lacey. Kettering fans singing their hearts out behind the goal mouth there. Can Kettering get a goal? I think they deserve, as Storer still receiving treatment for cramp. And as Rhys Davis says, he's run his heart out. His first game for a number of weeks. Bound to take the pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, well, when you've been out for so long, I think Gaz has been out for now about 5-6 weeks, and he's still a character in the change rooms, even when he's not training and playing. But when you come back after an injury for so long and you play your first game, you're going to get cramp and your legs are going to be sore afterwards. I'm sure it'll be a nice drive home afterwards with the cramp going through.
Yeah, it looks like Lamine Sheriff is going to come on, I think, at some point. Yeah, he's got his shirt off. Storer is still down, and it is in fact Storer who's going to be coming off. You can see the board. Not long to go in this game now. Storer still down, and it is Lamine Sheriff is coming on.
Not with that shot earlier, but
so he's still down in that area. Just a reminder that next Saturday the Poppies are back at Latimer Park for the FA Cup Emirates tie against Buxton. That should be a great afternoon as well. Storer's back on his feet, but that'll be his last contribution of the game, and he will be hobbling off, which he is. So Gary Storer comes off with cramp.
He's had an real game today.
He's had a good game.
Not a lot has got past him, to be honest.
We have sponsors today, so they should be picking it. Well, eventually we get back underway here. It's a free kick with Harrison in on this left-hand side. Ball comes in, it's low, it's poor. Might be a flick. Goalkeeper gets there just before Stones and right into his midriff, falls down on it, and that attack has ceased. Still 0-0 with 4 minutes or so of the 90 to go, plus what time is added on. Gray gets the ball towards Waring. He loses the ball to Lammy. Sheriff, who gets the ball, he flicks it through, but Williams leaves it for the goalkeeper Gray, who catches it on the edge of his penalty area, and is 0-0 a good result for Kettering, Reese, if it remains that way. And Roberts has been booked. He should be going as well, and is, for a foul, and Roberts goes as well. So Chester now down to 10 men for a foul. Roberts, 2 yellow cards, a foul on Alex Brown, and the referees finally evened things up, and they are surrounding the referee. Roberts is talking to Brown. Brown's got up to give him a few comments, and I think there's a little bit of afters there verbally, but it is goodbye to Kevin Roberts.
I think even when they had 11 men and we had 10, we were still we still should be winning this because we've had the most chances, we've had the best chances, and we seem more attacking than them.
I was just going to ask you, Reese, is 0-0 a good result for Kettering, considering they were down to 10 men, and now we've got Chester down 10-10, isn't it? Should be an interesting final 10 minutes or so of this game with time added on as Jordan Crawford looks like he's going to get his cameo appearance as well. He is. He's coming on for Claudio Afusu, who's had another very, very impressive performance. There we are then, Crawford getting a run out. There's Afusu milking the applause, as he should. He's had a great game this afternoon. So we're down to 10 versus 10. Kettering never looked like they were down to 10 men prior to the sending off. So let's hope in the last 5 minutes or so we can get something through this, as Stones is being held. Nothing given by the referee. There's Waring, he's beaten to it by Smith. Flicked on by Neal. Crawford couldn't get there. There's a mistake there by Smith, has let Renshaw in. Abayo is there, in comes Renshaw. Renshaw 1 foot, 2 foot. Goes one way, goes the other, gets the ball to the 16 who fires. And that goes looping high. Out comes Jackson Smith on his 6-yard box. Takes the catch, goes down like a butterfly. And relief there for Kettering, as Chester don't really deserve anything from this.
That's who I would have chosen for man of the match today. Harrison's had an absolutely outstanding match.
If you hadn't heard that from our announcer, Kettering's man of the match chosen by our sponsors Essity is Harrison Neal, and Rhys Davis agrees with that.
Yeah, Harrison's had an absolutely unreal match. He's so consistent every game, and a bit loud there, but he's doing so well recently. In every single game, you know he's giving 100%, and he's the youngest person on the pitch.
Well, there's an inside view there as the ball is played back by Lamine Sheriff to Jackson Smith, who's a bit under pressure and not going to quite get this ball here. Crawford does exceptionally well, gets the ball over towards Stones. Stones can't get there. Harrison Neal can't. Handball, referee said arm. I'm sure that's handball, isn't it? Referee touches the arm.
That's hit him literally on the inside of his elbow, and he's saying it's on his shoulder. This ref doesn't know what he's doing today.
Well, Chester with a chance here with Bio. Plays it towards Lacey. He spreads it out right to Askew on the far side. Back to Lacey. Renshaw is there. It hits Chris Smith. Harrison Neal gets the ball and does well, turning Bio, then loses it. Foul by Bio. And Kettering will get a free kick. Should be getting to the Lance Chance Saloon. 6 minutes of added time. So there's still time as Crawford can't keep this ball in. So 6 minutes, the Last Chance Saloon doors are open. The fat lady is there as well. What's going to happen here at Latimer Park? Can either side break this deadlock? Can Kettering get the deserved win they should have for this game? Will there be any more controversy? We've had a lot here. It's been exciting. What's going to happen in the last 6 minutes? The ball is pumped forward towards Stones. Stones is there with the number 3, and that should be the referee has given a foul. Unbelievably, the linesman's given the foul. On Stones. What else? I suppose that's going to be the epitaph of this game, isn't it? The officials give a free kick to Chester on the headstone of the game.
That's never been a foul either. It's shoulder to shoulder. I think the player's gone down really softly.
Well, Gray gets us towards Waring. Waring's beaten to it by Chris Smith. The ball goes out of play. Joshua Askew with the throw in. He finds Lacey. Back to Askew. Comes off Barrett. Askew has the ball. He flicks it towards Smith, who just hooks it anywhere. Stones wins the ball here, trying to get through Crawford. Crawford's away, but he's been pressed out wide. Too much to ask for him to come inside. Crawford inside and shoots, blocked. And there's Lamine Sheriff with a chance also. He tries one. It's a low, weak shot. And there was Brown, arms aloft there, wanting a wide ball. He had plenty of space. He could have got into that penalty area, but Sheriff decided to go for the glory, and it was a weak shot in the end. Still 0-0. We're into the time added on in this game. Both teams reduced to 10 men as Gray gets us back underway. Waring and Johnson in between there. Good work by Harrison Neal, who beats Abayo, who's fouled him yet again. I think Abayo needs to go into the book as well. So it'll be a free kick. So Luke Ward then will try and pump one in if he can. Right-footed, goes in out on the far side towards Barrett. Barrett is there, great ball, but Barrett can't keep it, and he can. But unfortunately, in doing so, only keeps it in. Williams clears towards Renshaw. He chests it down. Foot in there by Lamine Sheriff, but Renshaw gets it back. Sheriff was a bit underdeveloped. There's a little touch. Well, the referee has made another appalling decision right in front of us on Lamine Sheriff. Glendon gets the ball. Come on, Glendon. Glendon trying to cheat a few yards out of the referee. Told him to go back twice, but he's still taking it in the place he wanted to.
Yeah, he's taking about 5 yards forward.
Right-footed towards Waring. The tall man has been tugged a bit by Smith. Got to be careful with this referee. Headed on by the 16, Paddy Lacey. Here is Harrison Neal. He can't get there. He's been knocked off it. Harrison Neal towards Stone. The referee is given a foul now. There's an after there by Lacey. And this referee, I shan't be sorry this game's over when this referee goes.
I'm trying not to be biased today, but this ref has had an absolute mare today. I think I would have rather played without a ref.
So a free kick then, it's Glendon with it, the captain, right-footed in there. Smith slips, it's headed out, cleared by Barrett. That's gone anywhere.
Go on, Cross.
Crawford will do well to keep this in. He's the only man forward for Kettering. He has. Neal trying to go forward. It's a poor ball though by Crawford. Obayo gets it for Chester, being tackled by Barrett, but he beats Barrett, does well there. Good work from Obayo on the far side. Comes inside, good tackle there though by Chris Smith, and again
That's
by
a hell
Chris
of a tackle
Smith.
by Chris
Stones
Smith.
chests it down. It's Stones on his own here. He's got Connor Barrett with him. Stones is then fouled. And ironic cheers from the fans. It's going right to the death, this one, in inconsistencies and fouls. All we've heard this second half is the referee's whistle. And Kettering now with a good chance to put one in that penalty area, cause some confusion and send this crowd wild if they should get that all-important goal.
That was a great 2 tackles from Chris Smith, and Isaac done really well to hold the ball up, megged the play and then got fouled.
Minute and a half to go as in comes Neal with the ball, and it comes towards Connor Barrett, and it's flicked over for a corner. No, it's not gone out yet. Connor Johnson doesn't know that. He's now by the corner flag. He's got Lammy Sheriff with him. It's a throw into Kettering. Well, Crawford wasn't sure there what had happened, and when he comes on, Crawford always causes a stir. It's going to be a throw into Kettering. It's going to be Alex Brown with a long throw in. The fans behind the goal giving their encouragement, shouting for Kettering Town, trying to inhale this ball into the net. Everyone down that part of the ground. Alex Brown then with this throw in. Let's hope it's a decent throw in. He comes in with it. It comes in towards the middle of there. It's flicked out and cleared easily by Glendon, who just hoofs the ball anywhere. And it's a good ball. Jackson Smith has had to come out. Heads the ball, and he does makes a mistake there. Heads it right at Obayo, but he gets back into the penalty area. Obayo on the far side is having a battle with Connor Barrett, who does well. Still Obayo, got to be careful here. It's still there. Might be a chance. Great save there from Jackson Smith with his feet on the goal line towards that back post. Headed out though by Renshaw. That could have been a goal there for Chester right in the dies of this match, and that would have been very, very unfortunate for the Poppers, who've not really looked like conceding a goal at all. And a new ball required, as I'm not sure who's down there at the moment with cramp. It looks like Brown, or it's Connor Johnson. I think that it is Connor Johnson who's no, he's all right. He's got up. Well, it's been 0-0, but it's been far from dull, and not many times you can say that with a 0-0 draw.
It's been quite a interesting first commentator job, to be honest.
I say it's been quite a different perspective for you up here watching this, and seeing it from a different angle, and seeing a lot of things that the players down there can't see, and you can, which you can relay the information to them, I suppose.
Normally I'm the one giving the ref abuse today.
Well, you're in good company. There's a foul there, and the referee decides that's enough. And it is resulted in 0-0 here at Latimer Park. I'd say advantage to Kettering Town overall. There has been a lot of controversy in the game. You'll see those on the highlights. The referee escapes, I suppose, really, with another poor performance that will go away unnoticed. But he's denied Kettering a penalty. He sent off a Kettering player. He also sent off a Chester player later on. But it doesn't detract from what an exciting game it was for 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, it was just back and forth all game, to be honest. And the boys, to be given due respect, they run riot today. And even though we were down one man for 45 minutes of the game, we absolutely run riot. I think we should have won that. I think the ref needs to hide from Rammers when he goes in, because that ref's just absolutely appalling today. Some of those decisions were just absolutely amateur.
Well, the Kettering players, along with Paul Cox, are going over towards the packed stand, Morrison stand there, to give them applause. And both teams really had hard games in midweek in the FA Cup. Kettering beating Leamington and Chester being thrashed by Marks United. And they've got away with a draw here at Latimer Park. The last game here was the draw. That one was 1-1. But I think if been a horse that had put Chester down. But it's still a good result for both sides, especially with Kettering. We were 10 men for at least 40 minutes of the game. Well, that about wraps it up here. I'd just like to thank Rhys Davis for his contribution this afternoon up here on the gantry.
Yeah,
hope
thank
you
for
enjoyed
having
it.
me. I enjoyed it. It's a nice view of the pitch up here.
We'll be back next week for that FA Cup, Emirates FA Cup match against Buxton. So from Rhys, myself, and all the Poppy